The banking crisis that started in the USA is now spreading internationally. Today, Credit Suisse was in the headlines. Apparently, they're in a lot of hot water right now, and people are thinking that there could be some sort of imminent collapse possible. But the Central Bank of Switzerland, or the National Bank, came out and said that they were going to help provide liquidity to that situation. What I wanted to do is I'm going to take a look at the chart of Switzerland, which I have, and we're going to take a look at what could be going on here. I noticed there were a lot of similarities that are pretty much in alignment with what's going on in the USA chart. So this is quite interesting. Switzerland is in a Saudi Sati period. So Saturn's going over the natal moon of Switzerland's chart. So we're going to be taking a look at that right now. Make sure you like and subscribe, hit the notification bell for all sorts of notifications. I'm really going to be trying to keep up with this financial crisis, even if I'm just dropping little 5-minute videos, because I feel like this situation that we're in right now, it's going to move very fast because we have the eighth house and Mars involved. That's a situation. It's going to move very, very fast. We got to stay ahead of this situation because I don't feel like, I feel like once the headlines announce what's going on, it's going to be already too late. So let's take a look at the Switzerland chart. Here's the chart of Switzerland. Birth date is September 12th, 1848. And so let's take a look. Remember, I talked about transiting Saturn. Switzerland is going through its own Saudi Sati period right now. Now, I didn't have a birth time or birth date for Credit Suisse itself. So I'm just using Switzerland because Switzerland is literally one of these countries that's like the epicenter of a lot of the world banking system. If you think about it, a lot of the world's elite, do their banking in Switzerland and so forth. So anyways, we got Saturn there going over the moon, the natal moon of the Swiss chart, and we got K2 there. Isn't that weird? It's like we have this weird similarity to President Biden's chart. This is so interesting. President Biden's actually a Scorpio as well. So Saturn's going over the natal moon. And so this is like, again, bad luck, bad timing, being at the wrong place at the wrong time. And with K2 being in the sign of Aquarius with the moon, and transiting Saturn, again, this shows difficulty. Remember, K2 is like a dispersal agent. It tends to really dissipate a lot of the energy. So transiting Saturn's going through that fourth house of Aquarius, and there's this dispersing influence. So, if we're looking at this as representative of homeland or the banking sector, there's a lot of trouble indicated here. One of the other things I want to bring up, just like President Biden's chart, this is so interesting because we're getting so much confluence here, is transiting Rahu is going through the sixth house of Aries in the Swiss chart. Okay, again, what does the sixth house represent? It represents debt. That's a real big meaning, and imbalance. Okay, so imbalance, debt, it can represent things like conflict, war, difficulty, lies, deceit. All those things are being exaggerated by Rahu right now in the sixth house. So it seems like there's this weird combination that's going on in these charts. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of synchronicities between the US chart, the Swiss chart, and then President Biden's chart. It looks like we're in some deep problems here. And I wouldn't be surprised if we hear, maybe they can shore up this bank, but I would not be surprised if we hear that Credit Suisse goes the way of, Signature Bank or Silicon Valley Bank. It's very possible. Okay, we are in a very fast-moving environment. I'm going to keep on putting out videos, really keeping track of what's going on a day-to-day basis, even if it's a 5-minute video. So let me know what you think down below. Let me know, comment. I think that we're in some deep trouble here. And this is a history-making moment. So that's why we got to stay ahead of the curve here. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one.